Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So, today I am going to talk about something that's a little bit more personal and something near and dear to my heart. I want to talk about cruising, cruising while taking weight loss medication. Okay. Now, I actually am, this is the first time I've publicly said it, but I have been taking Wegovy for about 6 months now, and I'm about 50 pounds down. So, yay, I'm very excited about it. But I also am an avid cruiser. I love to go on cruises. Carnival is my line of choice. And so I have gotten involved with a lot of their kind of their programs, their promotions, and that sort of thing. So that's why I'm kind of sticking with Carnival. And the offer that they gave me was, I think it was like kind of like a free room and drinks on them anywhere in on the ship or whatever. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. So my husband and I went on the breeze from Galveston down to Mexico. Went to Cozumel and then it went to Progreso, I think it's called. But that's not what this is about. This is about how could I blend these two worlds. Now being on the weight loss medication, on the shots, as we call it, I'm on the shots, y'all, and going on a cruise, which when you're going on a cruise, it's known for having delicious, almost unlimited food options. And how could I blend the two worlds? Did I have trouble blending the two worlds? Spoiler alert, yes, I did. So I just want to talk a little bit about my experience on the cruise. First of all, I'm just going to go kind of day by day what my experience was, what I noticed, what I would do differently, and also what I would say look out for if you are in that same situation. So let's start off. Day one. This is debarkation. Is that what it's called when we're leaving, right? So, of course, I'm excited to be on the cruise. Yay. It's like my seventh or eighth cruise. I've gone on, this is my fourth one in the last couple of years. So, all excited. You know what to expect. Before I'm a gold level, what is it, gold level person, so we get a free cocktail before, like before you sail away, and then you also kind of get to walk around the ship. The food places are open, so yes, I am ready. Now let me tell you what we got there, got my little cocktail. What I was not ready for was the effect that drinking more than I typically do at home and eating more than I typically do at home, the effect it would have on me, the negative effect. And you might say, well, duh, of course. But I will tell you, since I've been on Wegovy, I have not had any any bad problems. I haven't had any nausea. I haven't had any, being sick or any nothing like that. So I said, okay. I now look back and I say, okay, when I'm at home, I don't push myself to the limit. On the cruise, did a little pushing, a little pushing. So the first day we got there, before we even sailed off, we're like, okay, let's see what's going on. Of course, we saw some of our favorites. We saw Guy's hamburger place. We saw the pizza place. We saw all these familiar places, and plus the variety of bars. So we had like a little cocktail. So okay, I was good to go with that. And then we decided, okay, well, let's have like our pizza because our dinner time is 8:15. We always take the late dinner. So I had the little pizza, which was fine because the pizza is kind of thin, which okay, so and I was able to eat that and tolerate that okay. Okay, good to go. So then we by the time we went to dinner though, I'm like, not really hungry for dinner. And so I think the first night it was like short ribs. And I remember that from a previous cruise. I remember that as being like one of the most delicious meals that I'd had. So I was excited. I'm like, okay. And so, and then had the little, like the mashed potatoes. I sound just like a foodie, right? Mashed potatoes, had the little green beans on. I could not eat more than like 3 or 4 bites. And that was that. I didn't force myself. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to, kind of pace myself. That was day one. So day two, it was the day at sea. And so I did some of my favorite activities. I love playing the trivia game. So I was getting involved in that. And when you have the unlimited drinks, they will give you up to 15 drinks per day. Now, I will tell you that between me and my husband, on previous cruises, no problem. We could take care of those 15 drinks between the morning with the mimosas to that evening, the night, and that sort of thing. No problem. I will say that I had lots of trouble kind of getting the full 15, which, I mean, it's fine with me. The one thing that I had to set my mind to during this cruise, and this is one of the big giveaways or takeaways, I would say, is it's okay if you don't finish your stuff, if you don't finish your breakfast, if you don't finish your dinner, if you don't get all 15 drinks that you're allotted because it's okay. And I would say that's the takeaway, because had I tried to like really force myself to eat, I would have been in even more trouble than I was in. But by day two, I'm again taking advantage of the drinks, which, looking back, I think that was my big downfall because I can't consume the way I used to. Okay. I used to be able to, you're in the place and they're like, yeah, would you like a drink? Sure, whatever. And I'm like, okay, Hennessy on the rocks. Now, again, 50 pounds ago, Hennessy on the rocks was okay. I could down it, no problem. At this now, I'm not skinny by any means, but I just am not, my body is not the same. So I can't tolerate things the way I could. So after like one of those, I heard about the lychee martinis. I had a couple of those. That was like throughout the day, but I will tell you, by lunchtime, where we finally hit up guys, because you got to hit up guys, right? And then by dinner time, every night I was not hungry at all. There were several nights where I had maybe 3 bites of my dinner, and couldn't have my Milton cake, which was very sad, but that's just the way it was. That's what happened, and that was okay. And I had to learn to be okay with it, so that I didn't get sick. But I tell you what, by day 4, I had the worst heartburn that I maybe have ever had in my life. In fact, since I've been pregnant and my kids are 20 and 17, so I can't recall having heartburn like this ever. So I sat down. This was around dinner time, and this was the time I felt like, I might be sick. So I eventually got smart and got some Tums. Tums. Um, I'm going to put it in my description down below if you want to get some from my Amazon store. And I was okay. So I will say that without those Tums, I mean, it was my chest was on fire from here to here, and my food was not digesting. It was not going down. I was drinking so much water. Now, I'm supposed to be drinking gallons of water per day anyway. And at home, sometimes I fall short, but I will tell you, I was drinking gallons of water by days like 3 and 4 on that cruise. And I would say that's another tip that I would give. If you are on one of the weight loss medications, make sure you have plenty of water so that you don't have that that situation that I had. I will say that thank goodness between the Tums and the water, and finally my food started to digest by day 5. And by the time that we left the cruise, I was okay. In fact, it was almost like magic. We landed in Galveston. My cousin picked us up, and by the time we got to Houston, to her place, I'm like, oh, I'm a little hungry now. And so, but while on the cruise, by dinner time every night, I could almost not eat hardly anything. So that was okay. That was okay. So here is the wrap up. The wrap up is this: number one, have plenty of water on the cruise. So if you need to bring your own water, or arrange it, or get water in the restaurants, whatever, if you're on the GLP medications, plenty of water. Secondly, you're going to have to cut back on the alcohol. You can't drink as much as you used to, which sounds again like duh. However, I had to learn that the hard way, because at home, I guess I'm just not like really sitting drinking like that. But on vacation, you're like woohoo, and no, no, no woohoo, no. No, you're going to go ahead and cut back on that. I don't know if it's the richness of the food, but by the time dinner time came, almost every night it would just sit right here. So I would say take Tums with you. Make sure that you take medication. We got some on the boat, but it was, as you can imagine, yeah, it kind of expensive. So travel with Tums and that sort of thing. And the fourth thing is to kind of make sure your mind is right. Shift your mind to know that it's okay to not finish your stuff, to not finish your dinner, to not eat too much for lunch. Because I will tell you, most of us got into the situation because we're used to finishing our stuff, right? But now it's different. Your body's different. Your reaction is different. So I would say kind of keep that in mind. Now, at the end of the day, was it worth it going on the cruise knowing that I could not eat or drink the way that I had in the past? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will be going on another cruise as soon as I can schedule it, because it's so much fun. It didn't take away from the overall experience, but I think having my mind right from the get-go, I think that would be a great thing to do. Now, do you have any questions about my experience on the cruise? Oh, and let me say this as I close. If you have any criticisms about the medication and that sort of, you can keep that, because that's not this. That's not what this is. If you have any questions about um, uh, cruising with the medication. I will mention that I did not take my shot with me because I was on a 5 day cruise. I took the shot the morning, nope, the day before I left, and then I could take it again when I got back. So I didn't have to take the actual shot with me. But if you have any questions, any thoughts, any comments, let me know. And until next time, bye bye.